Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the suede circle scarf, and it matches a previous video pattern that I did on the suede circles hat. So this is an extremely easy design. It's great for a beginner, and you're going to start with your starting chain, a really long starting chain because it goes down the length of your scarf. And then you just work V-stitches, and once you get past row 2, every row is the same as row 2. So the colors here are Oceanic and Eggplant in the middle, and this yarn comes in 10 beautiful colors, so you can combine it with all kinds of colors. And then I'm also going to teach you how to make the fringe. So if you're watching the scarf video, make sure that you watch the hat video because they coordinate, and the hat's really cool. I like all the colors that we used in that one. So anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and the links to everything are listed below. And now I'm going to take you to a close-up to show you how to make this really easy scarf. Here are the supplies that you'll need for the suede circle scarf: a pair of scissors, a crochet hook. I'm going to be using the Deborah Norville wood crochet hook size J, a yarn needle, and I have a piece of cardboard for the fringe, and this measures about 6 inches wide by 8 inches long. So I have this handy at all times, and I can either wrap my fringe this way, 6 inches, or long ways like I'm going to do for this project on the 8-inch side. So the yarn that you will need is actually 3 colors. I mentioned 2 colors in the intro, but it's actually 3. And the colors that you see here, they're absolutely beautiful together. It starts out with Oceanic right here. And then this color right here is River's Edge. And then right here is where the Eggplant is. So I'm going to show you the basic V-stitch, and then I'm going to show you how to change colors, and then I'll finish off by telling you how to do the fringe. So let's get started. This scarf is worked from the long side over. So you'll be doing a long foundation chain, and for this tutorial I'm just going to show you a sample of what that's going to look like. So your chain will be much longer than this one here, and you'll chain a certain amount, and then you'll work a double crochet in the 6th chain from hook. So what that means, I'm going to use this as my little pointer here. Here's the first chain, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th is right here. So that's the chain, that's the 6th chain from hook, and I'm going to work a double crochet into that chain just like that. And now that becomes my first V-stitch there. Now working down the foundation chain, now I'm going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work a V-stitch, and the V-stitch in this pattern is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch or chain. So right in here I'm going to work the double, a chain 2, and a double. Sometimes V-stitches are double, chain 1, double, but in this pattern it's double, chain 2, double. So that's all you need to do all the way down the foundation chain, is to skip 3 chains and then work a V-stitch in the 4th chain. Okay, skip 3, 1, 2, and 3, and V in the next chain. So your pattern should end up where you're doing a V-stitch in the very last chain. Okay, so I'm going to skip 3 and Okay, so your foundation chain, your row 1 is going to look like this. Now for row 2, all you do is chain 3 and turn. No, you chain 5 and turn. And then you just work a double in the first chain 2 space of the first V-stitch right there. And that counts as your first V-stitch there. And then you just work a V-stitch in every chain 2 space across. And that is your repeat row. Doesn't get much easier than that. Yep, chain 2. So all I'm doing is putting a V-stitch in every chain 2 space of the previous row V-stitch. So that's what row 2 looks like. So now when you want to change color, you could just, after your last double crochet stitch here, you could just chain 1 and tighten the back of that chain. The circle yarn doesn't want to tighten real well. Okay, got it to tighten. And then I'm going to cut this long, and so I'll cut in the back here. And then I'm going to pull that strand all the way through, and that's going to lock it. And now I want to turn it, and I'm going to add my new color. So let's say my second color is this. And I'm going to make a slip knot. And then I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the first chain 2 space. And to do so, I'm going to insert my hook from front to back through that chain 2 space, yarn over, drop a loop, and then draw that through the loop on my hook. And then I can tighten that starting chain right there. And then I do a chain 3 to count as a double, and then the chain 2 that'll count as the chain 2 for the V-stitch. And then I'm going to work a double into that first V-stitch like that. And then the same thing with the new color now. I'm just going to do the double crochet, chain 2 double in each chain 2 space across. So in the directions it's just going to say like V-stitch in V-stitch across, or in the chain 2 space of the V-stitch. So now just keep going like that until you complete all the rows required for your scarf. And now I'm going to show you how to add fringe to this. So for the fringe, let me cut this right here. I'm just going to take 2 strands of different colored yarn, and I want mine long, so I'm going to start from this bottom side right here and hold it with my thumb and just wrap this around as many times as I need to get as many strands of fringe that I want. And just for a sample here, I'm just going to wind it a few times. And then you want to end where you started, so I'm going to end down here at the bottom. And then you just cut the bottom here, and then put your scissors in underneath, and then cut the bottom edge of your fringe, and then it pops off like that. And then you go along the sides of the rows like this, and you take, these were made by holding 4 strands of yarn together. So I take 4 strands and fold them in half, and then go along the sides of the rows of my scarf like this, and come in from the wrong side with the my hook and put the folded edge of the fringe over the head of my hook, and then bring that down to the wrong side like that. And then at this point I can take the hook out and I can open this fold up and then just reach over and grab all the ends of the strands and pull those through the fold, and then just tighten it like this. So you should, by doing it that way, you should have that little bar of the fringe on the right side of your piece, and on the back side it looks like that. So I prefer that it look like that, but whatever, however you want to do it. And then you can just leave these kind of all you know, different lengths, or you could just trim all of it when you get it finished. So that's how you create the suede circle scarf, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. And be sure to subscribe to our channel, and the links to everything are listed below.